Isn't the day always that little bit brighter when the day before you've beaten Manchester United? You've beaten Manchester United at home. And I don't just mean beaten. We absolutely clobbered Manchester United. We were dominant in almost every, if not every, aspect of that game. And it was a brilliant game. A really, really brilliant game. One that had us a little bit nervous at 1-1. But Super Shaqiri, Big Shaq, Power Cube, comes on, changes the game, makes us much more incisive. We walk out of there with a 3-1 victory. And Manchester United, they're 19 points away from us, 11 points away from top 4, I believe it is. They're miles off. And you know what? Couldn't be happier. I really couldn't be. Honestly, they've been able to look down on us for years and years and years, and all their years of success and all the titles and stuff that they've won. And while we've not won the Premier League title, of course not, we've never won the Premier League. We are in such a different place to where United are right now. But this isn't about United. This is about Liverpool and how good we were. We were magnificent. We really, really were. A couple of obviously key mentions have to go out to some key players. I felt that all the players were very, very key. I'm going to take a little bit of focus on Alisson, and I actually feel that he's being singled out quite a lot for a mistake that every goalkeeper in world football has made. They will have made this mistake at least once before. He barely ever makes mistakes. He's made this mistake. Powerful ball comes in, or at least, one that's delivered with quite a bit of pace from Lukaku. He doesn't palm it away. He doesn't catch it. He sort of tries to catch it, but it slips out of his hands. Lingard gets in to make it 1-1. It's a mistake that every single goalkeeper in world football has made. He doesn't make mistakes week in, week out. The last mistake he made was against Leicester when he tried to dribble out of his box, or dribble near the byline. Byline might not be the right word. Anyway, you know what I mean. When he tried to dribble out there and he got caught out and we conceded a goal there, that was the last time I remember him making a really big mistake. Obviously, he's been praised a hell of a lot from everywhere this week because of his performance against Napoli, his match-saving, world-class save. Aside from that, though, if Alisson hadn't made that mistake, we would actually be looking at a clean sheet. We would be looking and staring right at a 3-0 victory. A 3-1 victory against Manchester United, though, is no mean feat at home. We haven't beaten Manchester United in the last 2 seasons in the league, as far as I'm aware. The last couple of wins, the last win I think that we actually had was in the Europa League, when Coutinho scored for us. That's I can't remember if we won since then, but that's amazing. It's a bad mistake to make, it is, but he doesn't make these mistakes often. So, for the absolute hounding and, when you see media, and I hate the media, I honestly do, I really do, whether they're giving Man United a hammering or not, like they are, I just hate the media in general when they're saying, spotlights on Alisson. I mean, it's really not. It's just a mistake, he got himself up, he had a good rest of the game. Problem solved, in my opinion. So, bad mistake, he's moved on from it, we won the game. I'm pretty sure none of us are really that concerned about it, to be honest. Now, the next player, moving up into that defence, I thought that Lovren did have a good game. I got no complaints about Lovren whatsoever. But the man next to him, Nathaniel Klein, I can't remember in my prediction video whether I said I'd rather have Milner there if he's fit. Otherwise, it would have to be Klein. Klein was really good. Klein was really, really good. He actually surprised me with how good he was. I forgot the type of player that he was. I also forgot that he's actually faster than Trent Alexander-Arnold by quite a way. I forgot that he's actually a speedy fullback. He played really, really well. What it looked like throughout the early stages of the game anyway was that Manchester United were going to try and funnel most of their attacks down our right-hand side because they saw Klein and they felt that was going to be a weakness. But it wasn't at all. It really, really wasn't. He's come out of that game, in my opinion, like an 8 out of 10 performance. Yeah, he took a couple of I think he took at least one pot shot from distance. Who didn't in that game? I remember Lovren took one, Fabinho took one. I have no problem with that because we were trying to look at different ways of opening the play up. He did really, really well. He did his defensive work very well. He got forward and joined the attacks and got some crosses in. I could not complain about Klein whatsoever. And that makes our defensive, deficiencies in terms of injuries and stuff like that look a little bit less. With obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold having his injury issues, with Joe Gomez having his long-term injury issues and Matip as well, yeah, centre-back is still an area of concern. But right-back, I'm good. I'm good. I think if Klein can come in and keep doing those types of performances this season, we could again have a brilliant player back on our hands who has had a horrible time with injuries. So really massive credit to Klein. He's come into a big game against Manchester United. We haven't won at home against Manchester United in a long time. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant performance. Fabinho showed exactly what type of midfielder he is becoming at Liverpool. He's showing exactly what we signed him for. Getting into tackles, roughing up the midfield that he's coming up against, setting the ball off really, really well for the attacks. And no truer evidence of this was when he set up Sadio Mané. That ball it wasn't dinked. It was just cleverly crossed over the defence, beautifully weighted. Mané can chest it down and he slots it home past David De Gea. He literally just took out, he looked at their defence, wiped it all out with one pass. Mané gets the goal. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. He was really key to us winning that midfield battle against a midfield that probably, it can be quite physical at times, if nothing else. It maybe doesn't have a great deal of footballing quality in there, but in terms of physicality, they can sometimes just out-muscle you and stuff like that. But with Fabinho in there, magnificent. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really well done. And then obviously, I felt that the front three did okay. I felt that they contributed to us keeping up the intensity. But big Shaqiri. When Shaqiri came on for Naby Keita, who again I felt had an okay game, I don't think he affected the play as much as he can do or will do in future, but I felt he had a good game. Nothing to really complain about, but also nothing to really get us lit up about either. But when Shaqiri came on, it was at the perfect time. It was around about the 73rd minute, something like that. Maybe a little bit before. He comes on, and immediately you felt life come back into the Liverpool team. You felt what we were doing in the first half come back to us. By that point in the game, it kind of looked like I was worrying that when it was 1-1, I was worrying that it was going to peter out into a 1-1 draw, and Man United have got a point here as if, why can we not put them to the sword? 2 minutes after coming on, Shaqiri scores. And I was bouncing. Honest to God, I was bouncing, and I was just hoping that we were going to be able to put the nail in the coffin for this game. And he comes out and he scores again. He scores again. His footballing intelligence and attacking positions is very, very good. Very underrated. And I've said it, I think I posted it out on Twitter, but I've said it to friends and that who do agree. Our £13 million signing changed the game and made us win that game decisively. We took our possession and our pressure and we made it pay off by little moments of quality and luck, because he scored 2 deflected goals, but sometimes luck falls your way. Mourinho's been telling us that we've been lucky for ages. I say that we've been creating our own luck, and we did here. Shaqiri doesn't shoot, he doesn't get the deflected goals. That's what I'm saying. He created our luck. He was magnificent. He was brilliant, and I was so happy that he's managed to come on and score in a big game against a big rival of ours. So happy, because our £13 million signing changed the game, while their £90 million signing couldn't even get off the bench. That says everything about where Liverpool are right now and where United are right now. And I don't really care about United. They are our rival. Yeah, absolutely fine. No worries. They're not Everton though. Everton are our local rivals. Really dislike Everton. I never want them to do well. I never want United to do well. But right now it doesn't look like they're capable of doing well. And I'm alright with that. So I don't concern myself with that. Liverpool though, we look good. At times we look amazing. we really actually showed, and we can solidify this actually, we showed that we are up for this. We are up for an actual title challenge. We are back top of the league. Fantastic. We have got a hell of a battle on with Manchester City. At some point, one of us is going to lose. I do not see us going a full season invincible. I really don't. I absolutely don't, and I don't care either. If we can stay there or thereabouts throughout the whole season, and we finish top of the league, man, I can't even imagine what that video would look like. But all it means for me is when we come up with that, now we've got to take this attitude, this way of playing against Wolves on Friday night. Take this attitude of playing, take the style of play that we've got here as well. Wolves are no joke this season, and I don't think anybody thought that they would be. They have been really, really good. They're 7th in the league right now. They are 1 point behind Manchester United. Unreal from those guys. So if we can take on Wolves, win there as well. Yes, we have to hope at some point Manchester City lose and we win. Because then it will put a little bit of daylight between us. And maybe we can build on that. Fair, fine, no problem whatsoever. All I'm saying is that I'm just really happy with where we are right now as a club. Our players look very good. Our manager looks excellent. The club itself looks amazing. It feels amazing. It sounds amazing. The fans sound happy. We had what looked like, until we went top of the league, and obviously then got through into the knockouts of the Champions League, which I'll talk about in just a second as well, very briefly. We were still very much in a place where people were questioning why we haven't quite hit top gear yet. I feel that we've hit top gear in a different way. Alright, we're not absolutely blitzing teams and trying to go down and, score 4 or 5 goals against someone in a half. We're doing things a little bit differently, and we've got great options from the bench. I made that point in the preview to this game as well, that whoever starts the game, we will have options like a Sturridge, like a Shaqiri, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. We would have options, and these options coming off from the bench now look like that they can help us decide games in our favour. How amazing is that? When was the last time we had that? I honestly can't remember. I really, really can't. Well happy with that. 3 points against Manchester United. I can't be happier. Now a little bit about the Champions League. The Champions League draw happened this morning while I was at work, and we have been drawn against Bayern Munich. And I tell you what, I'm happy about that result. I am happy to get that draw. I think that Bayern Munich are not an invincible side. There are some people from opposition fan bases saying Liverpool aren't getting past Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich at this very moment don't have that invincible aura. They don't carry that aura that they've had over the past couple of seasons. They don't carry that. They're going to score absolutely boatloads of goals. We've seen what they were like against Arsenal in the Champions League, where I think they scored over 2 legs, 5 goals in each leg. It ended up being 10-2 and stuff like that. They don't look that threatening, and they seem like they are currently avoiding a transition phase between the likes of Arjen Robben and Frank Ribery and people like that. Obviously, Lewandowski's a world-class striker. Definitely not going to dispute that, but they look like they're caught a little bit in between when they can move those on. That's just my cat's food bowl going off. It's all good. No worries. No worries. So, what it looks like to me, though, is that under this new manager, Kovac or something like that, I can't remember what his name is, they haven't been the best. Normally, when you look at the Bundesliga, first team that you see there, you'd normally expect it to be Bayern Munich, but this year it's Dortmund. Dortmund are the ones that look ridiculous. I'm really actually quite glad that we avoided them, because they could have been, obviously, Klopp's old club, everything like that, they could have been a big, not a banana skin, they would have been a hell of a challenge. I can't remember who drew them. I think it might have been Tottenham. But coming up against Bayern over 2 legs, first legs at Anfield, I feel that we can do the business. I do. I feel we'll have to go there and do what we did to Roma. First leg, go out there, make a statement, get a good couple of goals. I'm not saying let's go out there and score 5. Not that we can't. And also, we've got to remember, first leg of the Champions League, Van Dijk is not available because of suspension. So that's going to be an iffy one. depending on what state our defence is in at that point, because obviously we've got Matip and Gomez injured. I don't know. We can't really think about that right now. We know what the draw is. It's in the distance. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about the 3 points against United. How about you guys? Whew, what a weekend. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you had a good weekend as well, and hope you've got a good week leading up to Christmas coming up for you as well. Get some comments down in the comments box below if you please, and thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.